Alright. Alright. So. Nanoka. Here we are. Floor 9 of Silph Co. And I'm in this, I'm currently working my way down this building. And I'm leveling up my lasses. So this is gonna be the stream. We cleared floors 9, 10, and 11. Actually, I need to see if I cleared floor 9. Oh, cleared. Okay, I did. Alright, thank you, Doc. Tier 3. Alright. Alright, and so it begins. I took a nap. You know what really annoys me? That, like, no matter how much sleep I get, I could be asleep for 18 hours. I could. And then I will get up and I will do something, and then my body will be like, might be time for a nap, you old fucker. And then I have to go take a nap. Anyone else like that? Anyone else get that? Oh, okay. It simply doesn't matter how much sleep you get. There just comes a point in the day, usually after I eat or exercise, where I'm like, I'm gonna go nap. If I don't nap, I'm not gonna be focused. So then I go lie down and close my eyes for like 20 minutes. That's all, 20 minutes. And then I get up and it's like, okay. But like, you could power through that. You could power through that, and then when it's time to actually go to sleep, you turn into a fucking child again. And you're like, no, I don't want to go to bed, I'm not tired. No, I'm not tired, no. I want to sleep. Bro, it's 2:30 in the morning. No! No, I said no! I'm not tired. Meanwhile, between the hours of 1 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. you're like, man, I just want to fucking sleep right now. What happened there? What's wrong with us? Why do we do that to ourselves? My biggest hater, secretly always been myself. Isn't that so unfortunate? Nobody wants this guy to fail more than himself. Wow, cool thing you're doing. I know, right? Be a shame if you thought it was a waste of time and effort. Well, why would I think that? Watch this. Watch this. Man. Psychology is stupid. Everybody wants to be my enemy. That applies to me, myself, and I. Yes. No, I got a plan. I did finish the racing last night, if you're wondering. The shading is simplistic in that it's mainly one layer, and by about the halfway point I was kind of going through the motions, so I don't know how much of it really stuck, but I didn't want to leave it half done, you know. I could. I did what I could. Like I said, that shit was fucking rough. That's why Goo Month. That ought to be nice. That ought to be easier. That ought to be a nice, relaxing time. Alright, that battle took forever. Not enough grit. This fucking puppet is impossible to level up. But we're sticking with her. I am one of the 4 Rocket Brothers. How do all 4 of you get involved in crime? May is coming. I'm not really looking forward to it, necessarily. I don't know when exactly it gets too hot to, like, live, but June, July, and August are probably going to be a pretty miserable set of 90 days, if I had to guess. They usually suck. It's not my fault, man. Like, my issue is I don't have to wear pants, okay? Pants are optional. That's sure. However, if you don't wear a shirt, then your back sticks to your computer chair, and that sucks. So you'd rather have a shirt Because then it doesn't stick, but like then you're wearing a shirt, which is an additional layer you could probably do without. You see my problem? Do you see my problem? Kogasi. No, I don't see your problem, streamer. Well, you should start observing, because it gets really hot. My fan is clean now, so it blows a cold air. Honestly, it's a little too cold. If you can believe that, it's actually too cold. A little too strong for the season. It's still too cold to like go outside, but also I hate going outside when it's not, when it's too hot. So like, when do I go outside? The answer is never. It is nice to have a clean fan. You don't realize how much air you're losing when the fan is not clean. Now, what's really weird to me is how a fan can get so dirty when it's constantly blowing. Like, how are you accumulating that much dust when you're constantly in motion? That doesn't even make any sense. But it be doing. Cleaning is just kind of annoying. That's all. The itty bitty little fucking 2 centimeter screw you gotta take off of it. But it's done. We did it. Yes. 6 HP. I don't have any more, I don't have any more, heart things. Flows by sucking air through itself, so a lot more dust touches than other stuff. That doesn't make any sense. You're dumb. A fan blows air. It blows air. Blows it. How is it getting stuck to the constantly blowing? Watch this play. Where's the air come from? The trees? Duh? What kind of question is that? Look at all those trees. They produce in the air. Great. The rain stopped. You know how many trees are in my room? I bet you don't. I have a dead tree in my room. It's called my bookshelf. There's a live tree outside my window. I can't touch it, it's too far. What a scene. What a scene, what a thrill. This is the greatest battle ever known. Ever! Perfect. What a perfect freeze you got there. I have to go buy groceries. I gotta do laundry. I gotta shave again. I hate menial labor. I hate chores. I hate hatred. You know what's crazy? Last Sunday I went to bed at 11. 11 p.m. Can you fucking believe that? What kind of fucking crazy bastard goes to bed at 11 p.m.? And I went to bed and I woke up a couple times through the night, right? I woke up a couple times. Oh, cool. And then I woke up at 4 a.m. and I wasn't tired, but my eyes were like heavy. And I was like, oh, that's annoying. But then I still tried to sleep anyway, and I did. And then I woke up at 1:20. 1:20. I went to bed at 11 p.m. and I woke up at 1:20. Do you have any idea how frustrating that is? Fuck. I just want to wake up at a reasonable time. Is that so much to ask? Just let me wake up at 10 or 11. Let me actually be able to exercise and do some art all at the same time. Can I do that? Can I fucking do that? No! I have to sleep for 10 plus hours a day because I have to. I don't want to, but I don't know, dude. But you know the positive. I did I got back on the bike. I was on the bike for an hour. I was watching that anime about the guy with 100 girlfriends. Because I was kind of under the impression that show was going to be absolute dog shit, so I never watched it. But I got a couple of comments that were like, it's actually pretty decent, and that's why I watched it. And you know what? It made me laugh. It made me laugh. It had some moments. Now, don't get me wrong. It's definitely some schlock. It's definitely some schlock. But it was surprisingly entertaining, and also a very good source of expression. So there's that as well. I'll take that one. Does it only get like bad at the end? I don't know, dude. Apparently, it's got a 3rd season on the way, so it's doing pretty well for itself. But it's exactly as it sounds, effectively. It's just like I said. The characters are neat. They're not especially groundbreaking, mind you. But it's just a good source of like that. There was another show that that is a light novel that I saw. It's called like The Angel Next Door Spoils Me, and I heard that one is pretty good. But that's one of those anime that's not really good for the sense that it's like incredibly like you know, like thought-provoking, but more so, you know that episode of Yu-Gi-Oh where Yugi gives up his soul, and then Yami's on the ground. He's like, "It should have been me. It's not fair." Like that. I'm pretty sure that one's like that. It's also a light novel, dude. I tried looking for light novels to read, and I could not find any reliable source to read any of them. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. I failed. I found one. That had good reception, but it had a kind of a suspect name. And I looked into it. I couldn't figure out how to read it, but I did see that Yen Press had started translating it, and they were at like 8 volumes. And then I looked, and there was actually like 16 volumes, so there's a whole bunch there that you can't even read. I was like, oh. No, it's called like, I forget what it's called exactly, but it's like something like, something stepsister, and it's about a guy and a girl who become step siblings because their parents remarry, but they're emotionally scarred from messy divorces, so it's about like them learning to live with each other. And apparently it's pretty good, but again, it had a bit of a suspect name, but I couldn't find how to read it because I just couldn't do it. So light novels are so fucking hard to read. I am reading Yotsuba as well. Yotsuba is pretty. I like Yotsuba. Yotsuba is adorable. Also, the art for Yotsuba is quite good as well. The character designs are quite simplistic. They're not so complicated, but the artist is really good at drawing bodies, which is a weird thing to say out loud, but like, you know, I do like Yotsuba. Days of My Stepsister. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. No, I saw it had a pretty good review, and I heard it was actually like, I heard that despite its like sussy kind of presentation, it actually is pretty solid. So that's neat. There's one I have bookmarked I want to read or watch as well. I forgot what it's called. It's called like something witch, not flying witch. I forget what it's called though, but it's about like this woman. It's about this woman who's kind of like, not like, she's kind of weird, and she doesn't have a very good relationship with her sister or something. Like her sister constantly picks on her because she's weird, and then her sister dies, and she's not exactly like sad about it, I suppose. But then she runs into her 15-year-old niece, like at the funeral. I don't really know what the premise of it is, but it has a really high rating, and it apparently does a pretty good job with characterization. But it's also kind of boring in places, but I guess a series like that probably would be boring. There's a couple of them that I've seen that seem pretty decent. And you know, I'm looking for stuff to watch on the exercise bike, which is great. I watched Real Life again. I also read all of Real Life again because I really like Real Life. Real Life is great. I highly recommend Real Life. Real Life as an anime is fine, but its musical score is actually quite depressingly bad. However, the manga is very, very good. I actually would highly recommend that. Real Life is about a 27-year-old man who takes a suspicious pill and becomes a high schooler for a year. And I know that premise sounds kind of strange, because it is, but it's actually quite good. I'd highly recommend it. It might not seem up your alley based on what I just told you, but it's basically the idea of it. The idea of it is a prototype rehabilitation program for NEETs to experience life again at that primo age, to overcome whatever it was that caused them to become what they were. But it's neat. It's pretty good. I actually recommend it if you like the kind of slice of life series. It's not super crazy. It's only about 200 chapters as well. I would recommend it because the anime does a good job with the first season, where the anime goes about halfway. However, the anime never got a second season. The anime never got a second season. It instead got a 4-part OVA that kind of smushes the remaining like 100 chapters into about 80 minutes of film. And my problem with it is that it cuts out details that are important. It has a lot of the details that are kind of main aspects of each arc, but it combines things and it leaves a lot to be desired, in my opinion. It's not bad, but when you come from the manga and you see what the manga does for it, it kind of feels like, they're kind of glossing over stuff that's a little more like relevant to what's going on. So I would recommend it. I recommend it. I think it's really good. I don't want to spoil it. This is the problem, is when I like things and I want to talk about them, but I also really don't want to talk about them because I don't want to spoil them, because to me they're experiences that are worth experiencing kind of from the get-go. But you needed to be able to say enough to sell people on even the premise, but then I don't want to say more, because if I say more then I'm just spoiling too much, and it's like, how do you, where's the sweet spot of talking about something to a degree where you get somebody interested, but not to the degree where you fucking talked about everything that is? And also to avoid, like, I don't know, fanning out about it. I'm not trying to, like, that's a fucking word. I'm not trying to, like, gush about it or anything. I'm just trying to explain the aspects of it that I think are, like, make it solid without actually giving detail. Because I feel like when you try to give details on arcs and, like, slice of life stories, it's not really possible, because it ends up sounding generic. Like, oh wow, a problem was solved like this. Yeah, of course. But like, it's not about the destination. It's really not about the destination for these types of series, right? It's about the journey, which is a cliche thing to say, I know. But if you'd like hearing about how characters solve problems, you don't give a shit about the characters. What the fuck do I care if they solve their problems? The strength of the series comes from building up the characters and the reader's interpretation of them to the point where when things do happen to these fictional characters, we actually care. And that's why we care about their resolutions and the plots. Even if the resolutions themselves aren't necessarily anything new, we want to see them. We want to see those resolutions because we care about the characters in the universe that they're a part of. That kind of thing. But like I said, in actuality, like I could just sit here and be like, they solved it because the power of friendship. We all know about the fucking power of friendship, dude. We all know about the power of friendship, but like, it's not the power of friendship that we're watching. We're not watching something because we want to see the power of friendship prevail. We're watching because we want to see the power of these specific characters' friendship prevail. That's why Kinnikuman is so cool. Even though Kinnikuman really isn't that great overall, Kinnikuman is fantastic in that you see all these buff, burly men, and they're like, man, we're thick as thieves, and it's like, oh, these guys are awesome. I thought I should try to sell my brother on a manga. Something massive happens like 5 chapters in, which I couldn't skirt around without spoiling. I don't think I've ever watched or read a series that has a big fucking bomb super early. There are definitely ones that have, like, hooks that kind of get abandoned. Not really abandoned, but it's like... How do I explain this? It's like, you know when the plot synopsis is like, whoa, here's the hook to get you interested. But the further in the series you go, the less that kind of becomes the norm. Because if that was the entire plot, you'd get sick of it. One that I really like is The Dangers in My Heart. The Dangers in My Heart is like, it's a rom-com. It's a rom-com, and I think it's quite sweet, but the premise of it starts with the idea that this kid is, like, on the road to becoming a fucking murderer. Like, unironic. Like, it's... But then, in actuality, he's just kind of an edgy loser. And then but then the story itself is kind of about how he progresses and learns, he becomes more self-confident, and just genuinely becomes a better dude. It's nice. It's a good story. You know, it's a nice story to watch characters overcome their, overcome what they consider their flaws, and it's usually nice. You know that new one? That new one, Ota Gal? The one about the Pokemon nerd? And he's hanging out with the gal girls? Like, that one's fine. I like that one because the characters are nice. I like the opening, too, actually, quite a bit. I read all the manga, but it's the same deal. The main character is kind of like... He's kind of a dork. He's a nice guy, but he's a dork. And it's like, it's that kind of that archetype where it's like, wow, look at these beautiful women, and then look at me. I'm Dan McNormal Dude. Haven't had a friend, or, haven't had a friend in 5 years. And I'm like, fucking, I can barely look at a woman's shoulder blade without, like, you know, fucking my nose is bleeding. Some of these characters can get really frustrating, but there's something endearing about them when they actually try to overcome what they consider their personal flaws. That's kind of why I like the Polar Opposites a lot. You and I and Polar Opposites is really good. So that one starts with Pink Girl. Suzuki, I think her name was. She's really into the quiet boy. But, like, the confession is, like, in the first chapter. The confession is in, like, the first chapter. And the plot of it is kind of how their relationship goes. But there's also other characters that you learn more about who also have their own, like, kind of relationship conflicts. And you kind of like the characters. And it depends, I guess it depends. That artist is really good at drawing goo creatures, by the way. Draws very good goo creatures. I like Nina. It's good, but there's a character in particular, I forgot his name. It started with a T. He's very tall and he's very pessimistic because he was treated really poorly and he was treated really poorly in middle school, and it hangs on him to the degree that anytime it feels like he's enjoying himself, he brings himself back down to that feeling of, like, inferiority. He's kind of his own worst enemy. He's a fine character, and he does grow. He's not the main character, of course, but the characters all do kind of grow in their own little ways, but it's mostly just about exploring, like, romantic. Like, the two main characters are already in a relationship. There's another set of side characters who are working towards a relationship. And then there's the other two side characters who aren't in a relationship, but they're also really close. And I actually didn't like them very much at the beginning, but by the end of it, I really enjoyed their dynamic. Second season for that, by the way, is airing next month. Also, the artists, or the writer's other work, Ramparts of Ice, is also currently airing. At Rotten President. It's Ramparts of Ice. Same writer, same artist. That one is, I think, done as well, although I can't find the manga. That one's also being animated right now. Granblue Season 3. Granblue Season 3. Granblue Dreaming, I should specify, is coming, which I'm really excited for, because it's going to be the Okinawa return trip arc, as well as the diving shop with Chizuru's mother. I really like those arcs. They're great. They're great for the characters. I'll probably binge Granblue for, like, the upteenth time, because that starts airing in July. I saw that Tanya Season 2 is also finally releasing after, like, 8 fucking years. So there's a couple things coming. There's a couple things coming this year for Season 2s. Watamote creators had a bad experience in school. I can tell. I can tell. However, Watamote I actually really enjoy. But not the first, like, 80 chapters. Watamote is fucking depressing. It's actually fucking depressing, and I really don't like it. But the series, I think the series picks up for me by the school trip arc. Because once she finally gets some friends and the kind of there's more characters involved, she's still up to some of her antics, of course, but she's not like, it's not like uncomfortable, you know, to watch her be like a really like awkward loser. And I really like some of those other characters as well. I ended up being like, I only read Watamote originally because I heard that it would get like better, and I fucking powered through because I was not enjoying those early chapters. And most of the early stuff is what got animated, and the animated stuff is just like, it's just, I don't like it. I just don't like it. But like I said, after this, when the school trip happens and she finally makes like actual friends, and I like the friends, the delinquent girl and the girl who reminds me of Reimu. I forgot her name, but I think her name was Yori. Yori Tanaka, I think. She was my favorite character, and I realized after thinking about it that her mannerisms and attitude remind me of Reimu. The Reimu that I like, and I was like, oh. So that's probably why. I think I figured that one out. No Game, No Life. I don't know what's going on with that one. All I know is that we haven't got it. The movie apparently is pretty good. Never saw it. But the creator got in some legal trouble at some point, and that got kind of weird. I don't know what the state of the light novels is. Why do you have 5 edits, you freak? You really need 5 of them? Honestly, this is like the first time I've ever really equated a fictional character to like a Toho character, I suppose. Like, obviously there are parallels in personality, especially when you're talking about certain genres that really like break things down. But I just thought it was funny because I was like, why do I like, this is my favorite character easily of all the characters in this series. Why do I like her so much? And when I thought about it, I was like, oh, it's because her personality is very reflective. Her personality is very reflective of my favorite interpretation of Reimu. She's very curt. It's kind of awkward. A little too straightforward. Not uncomfortable with her like not loneliness, but she's not uncomfortable being alone. She has a couple friends, of course, but she's also kind of awkward in a group. But people like her. I like her. So there's aspects to her that are very reminiscent of the aloof Reimu, and I was like, oh, cool. I solved it. What floor was I on? 6? Oh, I don't remember. I think I was. Yeah, I think I was just on 6. Yeah. Take C, it's in Russian's no man's land. Alright. We're actually almost done clearing this out. I battle you? Kana... What's that? Kane has 2 branches of evolution. Oh, thanks for telling me. Bonica report. Wait, what? What? There shouldn't be any children here. Why are we battling? I'm sure I had more. No, I did look at the upcoming season. If you're not familiar with Granblue Dreaming, I actually strongly recommend it. Granblue Dreaming addresses one of the biggest issues that normies tend to have with their anime, and that is all the characters who appear in that series are college students. They're all legal adults. No super sexy 16-year-olds here, boys. Take it easy. It's just a drawing. But no, I like Granblue's great because it's raunchy sometimes. The faces that the characters make are fucking hilarious. The story is good, it's fun, it's enjoyable, the comedy is good. It's actually very, like, educational on diving, like, surprisingly so. If you've never seen Granblue, also the art is beautiful and the character design is fantastic. I actually highly recommend watching the anime. You'll see what I mean by that. Let me tell you something. I was never not a believer in short denim shorts. I was never not a believer. Alright? But man, some people really know how to draw folds. When people know how to draw folds in denim, my god, it's not fair, dude. It's not fair. Those thugs took over our building. You get what I'm saying, though, right? You get what I'm saying? You understand what I mean when I say what I say, right? Right? You get it? Somebody's gotta fucking understand me when I say that, right? When you place the folds in the right place, it gives some damn good curvature to the contour of the body. You know, it's not, you're not wearing the, like, you're wearing the pants aren't wearing you. Because you know, with less detailed stuff, when characters wear clothes, the clothes kind of drape over the body, and the body loses its figure, right? The body loses its figure to the clothing, but when the clothing is tight, now there's a limit to it, of course. When clothing is tight, and it's like, you know, it's the right size, then it complements the outline of the figure, and it makes it look good. That's very important. It's beautification, or something like that. But you know what I mean, right? You know what I mean. Somebody hit me with a so true here. Come on. Don't leave me hanging. You're making me sound like a fucking whack job. Somebody hit me with a so true. Women can be attractive in clothes. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that they can be attractive in clothes, and clothes that are tighter to the body can look really good and really accentuate a character's figure. I'm not talking about a fucking skin suit, alright? I'm not talking about a skin suit or a stealth suit or a fucking whatever you want to call it. But like, think about it like this. Like, think about the difference between like a winter coat and like a sundress, right? When you put on a winter coat is big and puffy, and like the character is now like under the coat. So you have the contour of the character, the silhouette of the character is now the coat, right? You're gonna see the big roundness of the coat. But a character in a sundress is a very loose piece of clothing, but it also like is more affixed to the body. So you'll be able to actually see the body's outline more in a sundress than a winter coat. It's obviously two extremes, one like summer, winter, right? He's generalizing what he's saying. A fish with a so true. I'm talking about big ass babushka. Big ass babushka coat. Like, you know how some characters, they wear a shirt, right? They wear a shirt and the shirt is just a shirt. I'm wearing a shirt. But then characters with big boobs wear a shirt and their boobs push on the shirt, so the shirt gets pushed out, right? And it's like, okay, so the shirt, I got Will-O-Wisp, by the way. The shirt is outlining the body, and that's because the boobs are pushing really hard onto it. Not much you can do about that, I suppose. Not exactly the right example, but think of it like when you're wearing a sweater or something, or you're wearing something, and it goes over the body, but it drapes over the chest. But the chest is large enough that it creates a bit of an indent. Now, what's funny about that, you might have noticed, but there's a lot of times in anime where when characters with large breasts wear tops, the clothing actually kind of sucks in to their under chest. And I don't really know how to explain that, but it's something that a lot of people do, and we all just kind of accept as natural. You ever notice that? So like the idea is when clothing goes over the chest, it's gonna hang in front of your belly, right? Because your chest is pushing the cloth outwards. But you'll see, if you see when you see art, like you see a lot of art, you'll notice that some characters, when they wear clothing, the clothing is gonna fit around their body, and it's gonna go around their chest. But then it's gonna come back into their chest, and it's gonna start riding down their torso. So it's going to push into their stomach, and you can see the outline of their stomach, right? But their boobs are pushing the cloth so far forward that it doesn't even make sense for that to work. But sometimes it depends, right? Sometimes people draw it so it's draped. Sometimes people draw it that it's sucked in, and some people draw it kind of at like a triangular curvature, so it's going back in towards the stomach. But you're supposed to accentuate that area between, you know, the under the chest and back to the body to kind of give the idea that like the cloth is going back inwards, because the cloth itself is supposed to be wrapped to your body. It's just getting stuck on this one large part. I always look a bit weird to me with the skin tight but also loose at the same time. Well, you remember that Byakunin I drew the other day, right? That one has the exact situation I'm talking about, where you can even see it in the folds of the sweater. Like the sweater lines are highlighting the fact that the sweater's coming out and then it's going back in, and you're looking at these lines and you're looking at her chest and you're seeing like, okay, so I can see that the chest is obviously coming outwards, and the sweater and the cardigan, like the cardigan and the sweater she's wearing are a part of it, but you're not really thinking about the fact that the sweater itself is immediately going under the boobs, and it's becoming like it's going back to being flat cloth. But that's just the way the art is done. And to me, it looked fine. I only noticed it because Slash pointed it out to me. He's like, yeah, like realistically, this is not what happens. And I was like, oh, yeah, you know, you're right. That isn't what happens, is it? That's not how that's supposed to go. Now, you've heard of the rule of cool, right? The rule of cool is that it doesn't matter if it's realistic. If it's cool, it's fine. And there's a lot of rule of cool when it comes to anime art. But it's not necessarily that it's cool, right? It's not that it's cool per se. I think that's the... I got one more floor, right? Okay, 2 more floors. So I can leave the building and go to the center. I'll do 2 and 3. There are certain aspects to anime where you kind of ignore a bit of realism, because you can get away with making things look better without it. I mean, I can't even think of a good example of that, mind you, but I'm sure you could probably understand what I'm saying when I say that. Flattering camera angles, the fact that most anime characters are drawn with like supermodel physiques. Supermodel physiques are just genuinely like optimally attractive women. That's a weird sentence. But I'm confident you understand what I mean when I say that. I'm confident you understand what I mean. That I don't have to explain myself. Every single woman can be drawn optimally. Now, personally, this is a personal gripe I have. I don't like when characters with established body types are drawn with a completely different body type just for the sake of being different. Like, I've seen art of like Yomu, for example. Yomu is supposed to be like, she's short. She's small. She's a goo. But then it's like, oh, okay, this Yomu is 6'5", and she's got like H cups. It's like, that's not Yomu anymore. That's like the equivalent of cutting out her face and like and like taping it to a magazine model. Like, that's not Yomu. Now, Reisen, sure. Sure. If you were to draw Reisen like that, then I would get that, because that's just how I would see her, and that's possible. Yomu, not really. I would not put Yomu in that degree. Yomu is like barely a step up from a character like Rumia. She can have boobs. You're allowed to have boobs. I ain't stopping that. But I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna hit her with the fucking bimboification ray, it's just gonna look weird, because it's not Yomu at that point. Now, if you age her up, specifically, sure. If you age characters up and you make it look like they are aged up, then yeah, I can see their bodies being different. But if you're just like taking the standard character's head and plastering it on a new body like that, it doesn't really work. Like, think of a Chen. Chen is a great example. I've seen art of an older Chen where she's definitely very shapely, but it's because it's a situation where they're presenting Chen as a fully fledged Shikigami. She's got multiple tails, and she's aged up. She's wizened. So that is fine. That makes sense to have an aged up Chen. Imagine taking Chen's regular ass head and just stapling it to Ron's body. That doesn't work. It's weird. That's weird. But this is a me thing, right? This is a me thing. Listen, I've seen art of people who draw, like, the character's head is basically normal. It's basically normal. But then the rest of their body, they're like 9 feet tall. They're like 9 feet tall. And their singular ass cheek is bigger than their entire head. Their singular boob is bigger than their entire head. Like, and to me, that's just funny. That's comedy. Because I don't know how that's attractive at that point. That's like somebody in a fucking bodysuit, bro. Like, you can't be drawing women this big and then having tiny ass fucking heads. It just doesn't work. You can't do that. Now, I know we go like JoJo's and we can talk about Jonathan, the fact that Jonathan is like a mountain man with a tiny head, but that's not what I'm talking about. I can't even give you examples because, well, I can't. I can't give you examples, but it's just interesting because it's like people keep the head at a reasonable size, but then the rest of the body becomes so massive that the head ends up looking tiny. And it's like that episode of SpongeBob where he rips the head off that guy. It's like everyone at the head enhancement center said nobody would notice. Hey, to each their own. To each their own, I guess. But that's just me. Established body types, I don't think you should mess with them that much. Especially when the established body type is relevant to a character's insecurities, but that's a different thing altogether. Toho doesn't really have that. But the thing about Toho is that pretty much every character in Toho is kind of like, I wouldn't call them all goo creatures, but you know what I mean, right? Like, the majority of Toho characters all kind of look the same, but there are definitely some that look younger than others. Rock Slide, ooh. It's an Earth-type move. Foes attack with a shower of small, easily thrown rocks. It doesn't even flinch in this fucking game? Garbage, dude. Garbage move. I couldn't tell you what it is exactly that has aided us in establishing archetypes for characters. But obviously, if you look at a character like Rumia is a small creature. It's like, okay, Rumia is a small creature. But you look at Yuuko is not a small creature. There's a pretty distinct difference between Yuuko and Rumia, right? So you see art of Yuuko and she's very pretty. And then you see art of Rumia and she's very goo. But you don't, it's like you can see cute Yuuko and she's like a chibi. But how do you attractify Rumia? You do it by making her EX Rumia. Like the one from Osana Reimu. They're all goo. Pretty much every character in Toho is capable of becoming goo. But not all of them are capable of becoming, That's all. Shibi can goo anyone. That's why Shibi's so powerful. It all comes back to goo. There's versatility in Toho characters, for sure. But like I was saying earlier with examples, Yomu is a character that I don't think really fits the idea of just... Like, I can't imagine Yomu looking like Yuuko. You know? Like, I can't imagine that. But I can imagine Raisin looking like Yuyuko. And I think this is because of my own colored perception of characters based on my own, like, fandom intake. People might disagree. People might agree. I mean, you have to agree. It's my stream. If you don't, I'll ban you. But, you know. There's a degree. There's a degree to this. Yomo is just kind of an example I'm using. Yomo is an example I'm using. There's other characters like her. Like, when you look at, look at Reimu, Marissa, and Sakuya, right? If you look at all three of those characters together, would you say that of all three of them, like, you would imagine Sakuya is the one who would be the easiest to portray as a proper adult? Like, comparatively to Reimu and Marissa. When you look at those three characters, Sakuya easily stands out as a character you can easily, like, picture like that, right? Now, I'm not saying you can't for Reimu or Marissa, but I think that what the example here I'm trying to say is that of those three, when you look at them, Sakuya just gives off that kind of impression very clearly, and that's kind of how it rolls. I mean, look at Yukari. Yukari is funny because Yukari is, like, not allowed to be cute. They refuse to let Yukari be cute. And they treat Yukari being cute as, like, what are you doing, you old-ass lady? But, like, that's not fair. Any character can be cute. Let her be cute, damn it! Why does every fucking scientist in this building have a goddamn Eren? Let her be cute. Ron can be cute. Ron can be both. Ron gets to fucking have her cake and eat it, man. She can be like refined, a mature lady, or she can be a fucking goo baby. Like, it's not fair. She can do it, but Yukari can't. Yukari can't do that. I was going to say about Sanyo. Sanyo smokes. Are you serious? She smokes. You think she can be cute? The fuck? That's fucked up. Oh, okay. Glad you understand. Glad you understand. No dummy. Sanyo represents everything that I dislike about a character. Like, everything. Literally everything. There's no redeeming quality about that character for me at all. Literally zero! I just stretched wrong and now I broke my heart. Ow. Not a 1. The antithesis of Toho design. Nope, nope, nope. Alright, we got 1 floor left. We got 1 floor left. We're almost done in here. Oh, Misamaru sucks too, don't get me wrong. But Misamaru doesn't smoke and gamble. She's just old. That's one of the greatest sins. That's one of the greatest sins, is being old, of course. But, like, she doesn't smoke, she doesn't gamble. So she's chill. Still don't like her. Moko smokes? Moko fucking punches people so hard her arm combusts. Huh? Like, huh? Moko's fucking cool. You kidding me? Why is Sandman green? Because he's envious. He's envious of my tastes. Classic. Wrong? Spoken like a true hater. That's my number 1 right there. That's my goat. Moko is one of the coolest characters in the entire series. I don't think smoking is very cool because smoking is lame, but cool characters can smoke because they're already cool. They're not cool because they smoke. They can smoke because they're cool. But I don't like smoking. Smoking's lame. But Moko's cool. Toho ain't always the best series to showcase that, though. That's all. That's all. No freeze this time. At some point, this Satori is gonna learn a move that actually lets me utilize the fact that she is a Wobbuffet. I give up. Alright, I work for Silph Co. Nothing over here. Okay, I think we've cleared like everything else, so now it's just the rival. Unless this scientist asshole over here. Hypa. Unless you want to battle. I support Team Rocket more than I support Silph. Okay. Moko doesn't take care of herself very much because she can't die anyway. But like, you know, she's a bit of a girl failure, I suppose. But not, you know, not in like, not in the way that people seem to view as attractive, but more so in the way that like actual self-destructive behavior that causes concern. But she's never gonna die, so she doesn't really care. That's all. You people see the word girl failure and you're like, I'll fix her. Bro, you gotta fix yourself first. You think you can handle that? Bruh. Come on now. Yes, can I help you? We'll fix each other. You'll ruin each other. Stop being green. Yawawa. Alright, now it's time to go heal and get ready for a big fight. It's a big fight, though. I can't help it. Help it. He glorped. It's voices time. Gleep glorp. I don't think anyone here could fix Moko. Well, not really. I don't think you're ever really gonna get Moko over the fact that, you know, she is in the position she is in, but there's certainly a lot of stories that try with Kane. Who's to say you can't at least try? Who's to say you can't try? Huh? Do you deserve to try? You think you can actually handle it? People love to be like, man, me, who can barely talk to a real human being, would finesse the shit out of this woman. This fictional woman, oh my god, I would not fumble her. Not a chance. Literally 0 chance I fumble her. Like, bro, you can't even look the cashier in the eye. Ow. Okay, we're here. I forget what you lead with, but I think it's Kogasa. I'm gonna try mailing up front. Let's see. I laughed and now my chest hurts. Pain. Pain! Goo! Haha, I thought you turned up, I waited here. Guess Team Rocket slowed you down, not that I care. I saw you in Silph, so I'd see if you got better. Isn't it kind of crazy that this guy, like, just straight up ignores the fact that there's a hostile takeover from, like, the Mafia? He's like, yeah, I don't care about that. I'm just here because I'm pretty sure I could have waxed you. I knew you'd show up, so I waited here to beat you in a fight. Like, bro? That did nothing. That's super effective, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. If I crit, I'm through the worst of it. Okay. That's a reason type. That is a reason type. Don't I have headbutt? Yeah, I do. Alright, let's try that again. Alright, okay. I'm going to crush you. I don't know, maybe it's Steel Reason? Don't have Defiant or some shit like that. Okay, it is. So I'm gonna headbutt first, because she's gonna Swords Dance on the first turn. And I can dig the second turn. Okay. That's not Swords Dance. Whatever. I don't know why this one didn't Swords Dance, but that should be a kill, because it's stab versus not stab. So it is Steel Reason, critical. Okay, good job, Kane. Level 40. Skogasa. Should be part water. This should be Shizuha's game. That's fine. Oh no, okay, neutral. Shadow Ball. That's fine. Sleep powder. I used this thing before. Mainly as a Destiny Bonder, because it couldn't do much else. Leech Seed. There we go. Man, this Shizuha set is so fucking degenerate. She's taking a Goon Night's sleep. It's pretty big damage. I could go for a burn, but I'm pretty sure I got her no matter what here. Damn, 4 sleep turns? If I was this guy, oh, I'd be so angry. Leech Seed might not kill. Oh! Why did bro just turn himself red? Is he angry? Is he mad at me? Why would he be mad at me? I've never done anything to deserve his wrath. I don't remember what type you are. I think you're Faith Steel. Why'd he turn red? You have a Sacred Fire and Extreme Speed, I know that. I'm faster than you, though. Sacred Fire would probably... that'd be neutral. Extrasensory would probably hurt. Die. Massive. Shiorehime. Attack Patchouli, I believe, is fire type? Honestly, I think Kane stays in. I don't know how they're doing that. She is a fire type. I don't know how they're doing that, man. I can't stop them. I mean, I could just ban everybody. Fire, water. Okay, I think I used this thing before, but she should be... I'm pretty sure she's specially tanky and fast, but she has no physical defense. So Kane's kind of running away with this. Okay, Technical Racing. So you didn't get Avon Racing. I don't know what Technical Racing does, but I think Mailing is good against her, right? Oh yeah, Drain Punch. So much racing on stream the last couple days, huh? Well, she is popular. Damn, that almost killed me. More racing. Excellent. Good fight. Oh man, so you're ready for Boss Rocket. 624! Well, Jupe, I'm moving on up ahead by checking my artbook. I'll see is it strong and how they evolve. Am I a genius or what? I'm going to the Barika League. I'm the world's most powerful trader. Bye. Hi, you're not a rocket? Why, thank you. Why do you have this Barika? What do you do? Renosuke? It's a very intelligent Bonica. We kept it at our lab. We're much better off with you. Okay, so you can trade Renosuke for the Reimu or Marissas. I don't know where you catch one, but you'd probably want to breed one. But the issue with Fire Red and Leaf Green games is that you don't have access to breeding until 4 Island, which is post game. Which is kind of annoying. Because there's the guys in the Cinnabar Mansion that trade the starters for each other. You can trade the Sea Alice for Sea Sinai and Sea Sinai for Sea Racing. I don't know if you can brick your decks, per se, but... Yeah, Renosuke is a tradable puppet for Reimu or Marissa. Is he good? Steel Dream. Mild. Collector. Prevents item theft. He's not good. I mean, he's not bad. He ain't good. I wasn't gonna use him anyway. He doesn't do anything. Thank you, Manje, for the resub. Okay, we're heading to Boss Rocket. He's finally blue, like his name would suggest. He's finally living up to the fact that he is a Sonic fan. Can you believe it? It only took him 5 years. Well, back we go. There's still one more trainer left before, There's one more trainer left before Boss Rocket. This guy. Oh, these two! The boss is an important meaning. He doesn't have time to deal with a twerp like you. The boss will be so happy when we take your Bonica too! Jess James. Kaneko. Uh-oh. Don't know what type you are. I think this was a bad switch. I didn't save. So, like, I can't reset from a bad start. Well, nothing I have is good. Oh, fuck. Okay, well, it's just clicking magnitude at least. It has pressure. Needle arm. Ow. Pressure is one of those abilities that really isn't that great until you find yourself in a situation where it is the worst possible ability to be dealing with. This is not one of those situations. You died to that? That's really bad. Alright, Sonny, you're up. Alright, hit him with a Flare Blitz. Hyper Potion. We're ready whenever you are. What was using magnitude? It had Needle Arm because some of these games, the AI is just set to silly. Silly mode AI. And they'll just pick random moves. They don't think. I guess Jesse and James are of that caliber of trainer. Good high roll. Technical Medicine. I'm staying in and I'm Flare Blitzing again. Ah! Boom! First I set myself on fire. Then what? I don't know. I'm on fire! Well, that wasn't a very smart decision, was it, Sonny? Srumia? Oh, no. This one might be a bit annoying. Oh, yeah. Fuck. Okay. Smokescreen and Confuse Ray. And watch when I finally hit one of these, it's gonna do like a 16th of her max health. That is a 5-hit KO. That's a 5-hit KO, lock in. Lock in. If the only attack she can hit me with is Shadow Ball, she can't switch, remember. I got Shadow Tag. She can't do anything. This is gonna take a while. Are you serious? Crunch, huh? Am I PP stalling? I'm legitimately just trying to hit her. Oh? Oh? Oh, one more! Oh, we got her! Adding. It only took 20 plus turns. Oh. Oh. Low roll. I'm looking for a crit or a poison. Unnecessary violence. Alright, Mailing, come in there and slap her. Here I come. Wapow! Critical. Adding. We'll be demoted for sure. The boss will be furious! Well, Jesse, it looks like we're blasting off. This isn't over, twerp. We'll be back. Oh, they removed the guy. They removed the usual guy who's there because they replaced the fight. So they didn't just have a random rocket chilling there. Well, whatever. It's probably quicker if I go here. Floor 9. And we gotta fight the boss! What a nice dungeon, huh? What a nice, lovely time. Back to floor 3. Man, I could use a drink. I don't have any apple juice, though. I have to go out and buy more. I need to go buy more apple juice, but I have milk. I have milk. Alright. I don't remember what you lead with, but I'm sure Satori is the wrong answer for it. Ding ding. Hold on. Bingo! Ah, Jupe, we meet again. The boss. Oh, the squad! They have Sandstream. I remember that. Minimize? That's fucked up. Nice crit. You want to see something crazy? No, 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 no. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Watch this. Oi. Now I am you. Now there are 14 Suika on the battlefield. So I'm at +2. I missed. She missed. Got her. Tenshi. I don't think I can actually hit her. Oh, I can. That's scary. Alright. Okay. I'm at +6 evasion. I'm probably dead if I get touched by that earthquake, though, because it's super effective. Ah! I don't know what's effective against you. Grass? I think I burn her over sleeping her. That's steel. Really needed to not miss that, Shizuha. Okay, now you really need to not miss that. Alright. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. Sunny's definitely dead. She's burned, but... I know she's Earth, but I don't know what else. I don't know. I'm pretty sure she's faster than Sunny. Oh, Mailing's faster than her. See if bulk up can offset some of this attack boosting. Oh. Dude. Permanent sand is cringe. Beautiful. I'll live that. Barely, but I will live that. Hyper potion. That's okay. Yes. That'll kill with burn. Yes. Good. Good, good, good. You did it. You are winner. Kane. Kane. The boss. She's Steel Reason. This is the part where I crash into her and do muchos grand damage. Yeah! Die. Ouch. A hero is born. Remilia. Remilia is weak to steel. I don't know if I'm faster than her, but I do have cut. She's dark flying. Intimidate is great. She's also gonna take Chip to Sandstorm. That's helpful. Alright, kill her. Die. Yep. That's Remy. It's so over for you. I lost again. Blast it all, you ruined our plans for Silph, but Team Rocket will never fall. Joop! Never forget that all Bonica exists for Team Rocket. I must go, but I shall return. Dear girl, thank you for saving Silph. I'll never forget you saved in a moment of peril. Thank you, because I am rich. I can give you anything. A Lunatic Orb. You can't buy that anywhere. It's our secret prototype. Lunatic Orb will catch any Bonica without fail. You should be quiet about using it, though. You see what I mean, though, with the Master Ball? You see what I mean? Like, the Master Ball is like they don't want you using this shit in public. Keep this shit on the hush hush, man. This is a Pokeball that always succeeds, never fails. Don't sell that. Don't be selling that. It's easier. It probably takes takes too much to build it. It's easier to sell 1 million Pokeballs, right? You can sell 1 million Pokeballs. Hold on. Copycat's house is blocked off. Thank you for writing. Don't look at my letter. Copycat is cute. I'm getting her a doll. She give me anything? Where do you get her a doll? Aye. My daughter is so self-centered. She has a few friends. My daughter likes to mimic people. It's rather vexing. Her mimicry has earned her the nickname Copycat around here. Hi, do you like Bonica? No, I just asked you, huh? You're strange. Quit mimicking, that's my favorite hobby. A rare Bonica, it's only a doll. Pretty mirror, look at me, see how pretty I can be? Misty is not a rare Bonica. This dialogue is interesting because this dialogue is like the only time really in the series where your character is talking. Trainer fan club. Anything in here? Trainers are so cool when they're battling, don't you think so? Brock's the last word on cool, end of story. Now there's a guy who I want to be like. All of us gather here fans of Bonica, the way I look in battle, picture of coolness. They're gonna talk about me? I wonder if I can become a cool trainer one day. They got the Pokemon Appreciation Fan Club and the Pokemon Trainer Appreciation Fan Club. Master Balls are given out as special promo prizes to those who win the ID lottery. Whatever that means. Okay, so I have the option now. Chat. I can fight Sabrina. Do I need to fight Sabrina? Can I go fight Blaine first? So I can go to the islands and get more EXP so I can stomp Sabrina? Because I don't really know how to beat Sabrina. I think I can pretty confidently... stomp Blaine. But I don't really know what I have for reason types. You guys sell like a... Who sells polka dolls? Is that in Celadon? I'm not sure if it's the Mimic TM or if she gives you something else, but I also can't pass up an opportunity to get the Mimic TM because I know chat will very greatly appreciate that. Alright, let me see. Poké doll, who sells a Poké doll? Who sells a Poké doll? You don't sell... Where do you get a fucking Poké doll? Is it you? No? No one sells the shit. Doesn't exist. Okay. Alright. Alright. I guess I'll do without. Right. I need a surfer. Okay. I need, Can anybody fly on my team? Alright. I gotta fly back to Cinnabar. I'm flying back to Cinnabar. Who can fly? Where's Mistia? Mistia! Now, not to be a prude, but I do not think that Shizuha is gonna do a lot in the next gym. I'm still gonna bring her. Right, you don't just know fly, I have to teach you how to fly. That's my job as a responsible Bonica trainer. Here you go, now you can fly. Whoa, cool graphics. Alright. I don't know where to get a polka doll. I thought you bought them in Cerulean. I mean, Celadon. Well, they all look alike. Okay, alright. Alright, okay, alright. I wish any of my guys could learn a water move. That would simplify a lot of things. But I do have 2 earth moves. I wish I had earth power. I wish I had earth power on Yamame because she's not a physical attacker. But if I get access to the move tutor, then I should be able to get some moves on my guys. So I get the secret key. The hot-headed Blaine is a Fire Bonica Pro. Take some burn heals too. Who uses items in battle? My name's Joke2559. That's my full government name. Bonica quiz. Alice evolves into Alice B. No. Sorry, bad call. I was a thief, but I went straight as a Pokemon trainer. Yet his distinction is still burglar. Okay. Full government name only. Okay, we have Little Moko. I think Satori learns moves that actually let her be a real functioning puppet at 40. Fire Punch? That's neutral, thankfully, because of my Earth type. I wish I had Earthquake. Dig is still plenty strong, it's just Earthquake's faster. Yeah! Yeah! Hooah! Child destroyed. Kane has become the best member of the team. Oh, this is a problem. This one's actually a problem. I don't know how to fight you. I know Blaine's gonna have one too. Fuck. I don't have a wind type move for this. And I don't have a water type move for it either. Well, she's not flying yet because she's on the ground. But yeah, she will. All of her evolutions are going to be part flying. That's going to make it a problem. If I could get something like Thunder Punch, that'd be convenient. Kren? That's fine. Kren ain't even a fire type yet. She's regular beast. Poison bomb! Yes. Yes. Oh, but the day ends soon. Chat, I need to go get a drink. I'm gonna get myself a nice, tall, cold glass of not apple juice. It's gonna be milk. Why am I confused? Good. This guy drinks 3 different liquids. Correct. I surrender. It's very true. I get this uncontrollable urge to steal other people's bonica. You what? Get it right, get it wrong. There are 9 certified league badges. Yeah. Sorry, bad call. I've studied bonica thoroughly. You can't win. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get myself a drink. The drink. Because they call me the cup. Alright. A beverage of sorts. Right back. The drink, bitch. You ain't even the cup, bruh. Bruh. Alright. Mirror shot. Still fighting shibis at this level. Crazy. I can't sing any more of the song. Unfortunately, I'm not the right skin tone. Sorry for all the super fans of the cup. Put a hole in the ground and put me in it. Ha, ha, ha. You know, chat, I mentioned earlier, but Joel is doing Voices of the Void season 3. And I'm curious because I don't really follow Voices, like updates wise, but I know that it got some kind of substantial update to warrant that. Does anybody follow that game, know what's going on with that? A big reason I stopped playing that was because my fucking computer. My computer would turn into it turned into the hardest working citizen to try and render the fucking graphics of that game. My theory is too complicated for you to understand. Do you know how hot Bonica fire breath can get? Then they fixed that. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. That was like over a year ago. Every time I walked by the window, my computer was like, "Stop! I can't handle it!" Like, damn, bro. Relax. It's a window. I think that game is more entertaining to watch Joel play than to actually play myself, because the way Joel plays it is just funny. The game is very fascinating. But it can turn into a bit of a chore simulator. I feel like that game would be really, really enjoyable if you could play it with like 1 or 2 other people. Lava plume. Cool. That reminded me, chat. I saw oh, big crit. I saw a mod for Lethal Company. I don't know what it's called. I was watching a streamer play it a couple days ago, but it was like some kind of It was some kind of story progression mod that had a bunch of new moons, a bunch of new interiors, a bunch of new entities, and like had unlockable moons and like actual like roguelike progression, like story progression. So you could do certain things on certain planets and it would unlock new moons. And it seemed really cool. I need to look into it when I get the chance. But it's probably a really big mod. But I saw a couple things. There was an enemy. I don't remember what they called it, but basically, you know how you open doors in that game, right? And you open a lot of doors in that game? Well, it's an enemy that, like, sometimes when you open a door, it, like, fucking jump scares you and tries to kill you, and you have to close the door in its face. It's like, oh shit. That's spooky. So you actually gotta pay attention to that. There was another one that was like some kind of creature hanging outside of a painting. And if it sees you, it kind of it like extends eldritch tentacles and does like a sweep of the room to try and grab you. It's like, ooh. So I gotta look into that. I think it was called Wesley's Moons. But yeah, it's like I said, it's a ton of moons. It's a ton of moons, and you can unlock new moons by actually like finding certain things that are hidden on the other moons, or just random scrap as well. Yamame learning Giga Drain. That's not necessary. I actually like having you with Stun Spore. Not like I've clicked Nasty Plot, but you never know, right? I didn't see like every moon, of course, but fire, to be precise, combustion, oxygen in the air, blah, 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 blah. But there was a lot of moons. There was a lot. And I thought it was neat, the idea, because there's not really a lot of incentive in Base Lethal Company to explore the planet itself. You're just trying to find the main entrance. But there's actually a reason for that. I got no idea what's good and what's bad, but the main thing that stuck out to me was the fact that it actually had a form of an ending in the game. You could actually get like an ending, which is something that Lethal Company desperately needs, is some kind of end state. I really think it needs something, just as a way to be like, congrats, you did it, like. Because otherwise, it's just a matter of going till you die, or going till nobody wants to play anymore. Yuki evolves 3 times. Yeah, sure. I like using Fire-type Bonica. I just do. Some of the moon's frustrating. I think it's worth checking out. Not like you have to go to every moon, right? There's so many different moons, you probably only have to go to one a couple times to make sure you clean it out. I think it's worth checking out, because I like Lethal Company. I think Lethal Company is very fun, and I'd like to see what else is possible kind of within it. But like I said, like it seems like I really... Ow. It really needs some kind of end state to it to make it good. Not good, but a lot of new moons. Yeah, it's probably like the mod itself is probably like bigger than the base fucking game. That's kind of the issue with these friend slot games, is they go on they basically go on infinitely. And it usually what happens is you have to kind of force end the game yourself. Like, alright, we're done playing. It would be nice if you just got to like a couple quotas. Wow, you really subbed at 26% health. It would be nice if you got a certain number of quotas and the game was like, congrats, you did it. You're a winner. Not just like, oh, okay, here's next quota, $3 billion. You have 3 days for $3 billion. Good luck. And it's like, man, like, we can't, like, we're not gonna hit that, and we've been playing for 4.5 hours, and like, it's 2 in the morning, and I got work tomorrow. Like, can we, like, that's what kind of happens. No, I disagree. I don't think it became friend slot because it had no end state. Because there's tons of games you can just play, but like it's just something to let the session end in a victory, right? Wish there were a Thief Bonica. I'd use that. Thievel, Gen 8, coming soon. Like, it would just be nice to have something that says, congrats, you did it, you won a cycle. Because what happens is you either stop because everybody wiped and it's like, well, fuck. Or you stop because you've been playing for too long. Just something to conclude a run, right? But it's not like a never-ending progression necessarily. It's just do the same thing every time, but you have to accumulate more wealth the more you go. So it's fun to play for a while, mainly because there's so much stupid shit that can happen in that game. Are wind moves effective against earth types? Yeah. Sorry, bad call. Peak has an end state and is still considered friend slot. Dev said ending is on the roadmap. Well, I'd assume so, because obviously you'd want the game to have an end state at some point. There has been that apparatus thing under the company building that's been there for a while now. Like, again, Lethal is a great game. Lethal is a very fun game. It is a game... It is a game with lots of silly business. And that's its strength. Do you remember when that game first came out? And there were so many thousands of views clip compilations on YouTube of just Lethal Company moments. Just clips from people playing Lethal Company for like the first time. Just all kinds of shenanigans happening with random groups of people. I remember that. That shit was funny. Cause like you just be seeing random shit happen, people freak out. But you can still get that. You can still get that from Lethal Company. Last time we played Lethal Company last week was great. We saw the new creatures, we watched Mark explode into a plant, and then the plant started fucking crawling towards us. That was awesome, bro. I was screaming at the bug baby to stop crying. And then the bug baby got angry and killed me instantly. Like, you can still have those moments in these games. Some people have optimized the fun out of it for sure, but I think it's at its core, it's a fun game to play with people because it's just fun. It's just fun. It's just fun, man. Some games are fun. All right, do you have odd number HP, or can you sub again? I can't tell based on the health bar, but okay, you can't. This is the worst fucking fight I've ever done in my life. Why am I still doing this? I missed. Don't dig. Endeavor, dig, and substitute. Satori? Awful. Cute, so... Why is Satori forced to Old Yeller? Because every fucking fire type in this gym is a combination of Rin and Utso. Their levels are matching mine. The first copycat game, I think it was called Content Warning. A leader, Blaine, became lost in the mountains, but good. Night fell on a Bonica with wings that reflected the moon's glow appeared. Bonica helped him find his way down safely. They've been teammates ever since. Teammates, huh? I think it was called Content Warning. It was like an April Fool's game that was released. It's like you go down to these black and white locations and you just like film You film with your bloods. And there's a bunch of, like, freaky, weird monsters down there. And those games are fun for a little bit, but I find that they do kind of run out of their steam. Repo was the one that had the biggest success, for sure. Although Repo did a very bad job advertising itself. Repo, I think, is pretty swell. I think it's actually a pretty fun game. My problem with Repo is it gives you a little too much to fight back with. And then the game becomes, like, boring. Monika, the same kind of level or not identical? No. Into many gens, this one best suits my style. So what I mean by that is, like, when you look at what Repo is like, okay, you're going into these abandoned locations, you're finding scrap to convert to money to pay the tax man, right? You gotta pay the tax man. But there's also monsters that are roaming around that are getting in your way. And it's like, oh, I gotta find, like, scrap and carry it carefully. And, you know, and like, oh god, a big scary guy's coming. We gotta hide. But what the game turns into pretty quickly is, alright, I have a gun. Alright, I have a gun. Oh, here comes a bad guy. Oh, I got it. Bang, bang, it's dead. Alright, back to work. Like, the way Lethal Repo turns into any enemy is nothing more than a slight inconvenience that is taken care of, and then you return to the gameplay loop, which is just moving simulator. And so it becomes less of like a fun game where you're in a stressful environment to just playing a fucking simulator game for moving out of locations. Like, oh, alright, just grab it on that side. Alright, give it a little twist. Get it to the doorway. Alright, careful. Easy, like that becomes the game. And to a degree, that's fine. But like I said, when you're removing all of the stress factor. Moko Utsos are popular, Fire Bonica. You're removing all the stress factor, so that's the entire game at that point. Tombstoney. Butterfly. Fire is weak against H2O. Lethal's weapons suck. And they only work on like 3 fucking enemies in the game. That said, I do not like the shotgun. I don't like the shotgun because my issue with the shotgun is it just invites the loop of, oh, kill a nutcracker, get his shotgun, get his ammo. Alright, now, and you kind of just, you can just farm like weapons like that. And it's like, oh, there's a bracken running around. Oh my god, the bracken. But when you have a shotgun, it's like, oh, a bracken? Okay. And then a bracken shows up. Alright, bracken's dead. And it's like, ah. Ah, look at her! In her little sock! I already knew what she looked like, but she's still adorable. Smile. How fucking dare you? Exum. Oh, snuffed out. Water beats fire, but fire melts ice, so the fire type beats ice. There's Blaine. I gotta heal just in case. Oh boy. Like, Lethal gives you a fucking shovel. You can kill a snare flea, you can kill a yippy bug, you can kill a thumper, you can kill a spider. You can't kill a nutcracker. And you can kill the butler, and you can kill the bracken. You can kill the dog as well, but half of those are ill-advised. You take a swing at a bracken, you're probably dead. You're probably fucking dead. But you can kill the other ones relatively cleanly. But there are some entities, like the forest giants, which might be killable with a shovel. I actually don't know about that. The old birds, the man-eater, the barber. Butler's ill-advised to kill. He turns into a bunch of fucking murder hornets. The coil head, the jester. Hi, I'm Blaine. My fiery Monique are all rough and ready. Red hot and ready. Futo! Faith Fire, huh? Wish I had Miracle right now. I think I might actually need Mirror Coat if I want to beat Utso. I'm gonna go grind 1 level and get Mirror Coat, because I might need that to actually hit Utso. Alright. Level 43 was the start. I'm under level to this fight. Dude, this move is so fucking bad. Alright, don't fight Parsees. I said don't fight Parsees. Kren? Okay. Yes! Oh, barely any EXP. Dude, they're all resistant to this fucking move. Alright, whatever. Shiza again is not going to do a whole lot because they're all going to be fire types. Dude! I'm going up a floor. This should give me access to the moves I want. Counter, Mirror Coat, Destiny Bond, you know. I don't know if I need Transform, but I think Transform is a decent, like, pivot option in case something is, you know, silly. Mirror Shot is just worthless, as you can see. Mirror Shot is fucking worthless. Okay. I guess I'm struggling. One more. Struggle is probably faster than the alternate. Yeah, okay, it is. Keep hitting! Keep hitting! Struggle! Struggle! Counter! Mirror Coat! Yes! Yes! There we go. Alright, I've learned my cheese moves. So, Futo, I believe, is Faith Fire, which means she's weak to Heart and Earth, which means I can that's the wrong level. I can probably just kill her with Cane instantly, so I'll probably just do that. Yeah, I can't hit Utso super effectively, and she's faster than me, so I think it's probably best if I just take a flamethrower or something and then just bounce it back at her. Story clicked Mirror Shot for an hour and a half, and now she doesn't have to click it ever again. Alright. Pivotal. Required. I am Blaine. I am red hot and ready. Congratulations, you won the volcano badge! Think I'm faster? Kane has been faster than pretty much everything. I have not seen anything faster than her yet. God, she's so fucking swift! Surf? Ha! That would have killed me. That would have Omega killed me. Excellent. Crush Claw? Is that a beast move? Oh, it is. Not very good, but it's obviously better than Flash. Yeah, there's better moves than this. Got the power of Slam and the accuracy of not Slam, but still. Technical Kasume is Fire Water? We'll go Yam because if I'm right, then I can Poison. If I'm wrong, I can still use Mud Shot. Excellent. Poison! And she's not specially defensive, so she should just die. Alright. Ah! Sunny. Oh my god, I don't know. Wait, yes I do. I have the You're not faster than me, are you? You're not faster than me, are you? You have earth power! I'm not dead. I live! That's what you get for not packing stab, bitch! There it is. Sutso. Alright. Alright, we mirror coat. That's not... Okay. Okay, we mirror coat again. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Live. Easy. Flandre. Uh-oh. She might be fast. I don't know. $47? Oh my god. Oh, she flare blitzes me. I'm dead. Oh, I'm faster than her. Get fucked, goo child. Cannot beat me. Fire blast. Easy. Easy. I have burned down to nothing. Well, that was an easy fight. That's fire blast. Don't waste it on water, Bonica. Mocha or Sunny would be ideal for that move. It's a photo of Blaine and Mr. Fuji. They're standing shoulder to shoulder with big grins. Alright. And with that, we have activated the requirements to go. Hey, if it isn't Joop! Look, it's me, Bill. Long time no see. Still using my PC system. Little island south called One Island. Friend invited me. I'm on my way there. You feel like coming with me? Alright then, let's go. Come on, my pal boat waiting. I didn't even get to say no. Nice boat. Ooh. Here we are. Several islands around here. This is one of them. Celio sent me to fetch the boat. He's in charge of the island's PC network by his lonesome. Why am I telling you this now? Let's go see Celio. I know this theme. It's from Toho 1. Because it's one island. Hey there, Celio. Joop, this is my buddy. That's really impressive. Great, anyway, glad to meet you. Bring it up to speed, how's the machine going? Oh yeah? Hang on, I can make it work. Actually, can I get you to do me a favor? There's an island next to this one called Two Islands. A guy that runs a game corner. He has this thing for rare rocks. You keep in touch, being fellow maniac. So, can you get him to deliver this meteorite? You got a meteorite? Joop, if you're going to Two Island, please take this. The Tri-Pass. Ferry services. Let you travel between islands 1, 2, and 3. And you get a town map. I like the islands. Islands are a great thing. Wish I could trade Monica with my boyfriend. There's an enormous volcano. Hasn't erupted lately. Okay, my team is still like dying. Okay, where's the move tutor? The move tutor is on the islands, right? Where's that motherfucker located? Because I gotta find him and trade him my UFOs and get some real ass moves. Is it you, child? Pallet Town? Don't know it. Is it you? One island, 3 buildings. Young people all want to go off to big cities, but I want to stay here forever. I feel ya. I feel ya, Lassie. I don't have surf. Here we are on an island smack in the middle of nowhere. We're lucky to have an upstanding young man like Celio here. My granddaughter was in a tizzy over Celio's friend. Something about a famous BN maniac. I'm not sure what that means, but Celio's quite the man. Sunny days, I step out and gaze upon the volcano. That's my daily routine. Wait, do I have access to the PC? I don't think I do. Oh no, I can't surf! I can't surf because the PC doesn't work. Fuck! Nobody in my team learns it. Well, this is great. This is just great. Welcome to Touhou Island. Danger, fast current, fishing and surfing prohibited. It's kind of a scary island to live on then, huh? There's an old woman who lives in a cottage in the Cape. She gives an eye to Bonica. It's a bit unnerving. I have cut still, somehow. Yes. One hole. You guys ever play the game corner in here? So that was you got to play those with the fucking the adapter thing. I wonder if he knew what he was getting into. There was some kind of adapter that came pre-bundled with Fire Red and Leaf Green. You have to take a friend along. How many people live on Touhou Island? I never actually managed to use that thing. I don't even remember what happened to it. Limited merchandise. I'll buy 10 of your orbs. Thanks. Happy to support local business. Okay, let's go up the Cape. Cape Brink. Wait, we can catch some lads here. I don't want that lass. There's a waterfall here. You know, I don't really want that one either, but... Okay. Oh, I got taunted. Okay. I'll throw a normal orb at ya. Hello, worst character in the history of characters. Welcome to the team. Give a nickname to Mai? No. Hatate? No. Hatate? No. Hatate? I said no. I said no! Aya? No. Aya, Sega, Hatate, and Mai. What a strange collection of puppets. Why was Mai here? Well, I guess I don't really care that much. Whoa. Whoa. Perfected the ultimate move of its type, but will no one take it for future use? No, I was just mistaken. She teaches you Frenzy, Plan, Hydro Cannon, or Blast Burn, which are all Hyper Beam equivalents to the starter's main types. Are they good moves? No. Are they funny? Sure. I'm the Bonica found him! Bring me 2 green UFOs or 1 red UFO. I'll teach you a move. You smell of UFOs. Okay, freak. Which move should I teach? You can learn the head smash. Damn! Heat claw. That's grass knot. Focus punch, unnecessary. Roar, rock slide. Wait, head smash is kind of funny. That's stronger than dig, but it might miss. But I can get coverage moves. Oh my god, I can get thunder punch. Okay. Does your cane have rock head? No, she has intimidate. There's probably an ability swapper somewhere. Do I need cut? I have headbutt. I do not have very high base power moves. No, head smash is 50% recoil. That shit is bad unless you got rock head. You can have 2 green ones. I don't think I need ice punch. I have a wind is probably better. Yamame, can you get earth power? Earthquake, nightshade, light screen, heat claw, sub, spikes, sleep talk, rock bullet. Oh, priority. Always goes first. It's physical. Endeavor. There's earth power. And Giga Drain. Earth power, earth power, earth power, earth power. There we go. Over mud shot. Excellent. That's a move. I think I had a Kagero with Rock Boy. That Kagero was fucking good. Have 2 greens. We're getting moves, boys. Oh no, that Pokemon can't learn anything. Sunny, what can you get? Fire Punch, Gale. Priority, you have Sonic Boom right now. Endure. I kind of like Giga Drain. You have Endeavor. Endeavor's not bad. Fake Out, Sunny Day. I kind of like your moveset as it is. I think Flare Blitz is probably better. What about Satori? Sorry, it doesn't appear as if I have a move. I can teach that, Bonica. Oh. Okay, how about Smiling? Okay, there's all the punches again. Counter. Reversal. And Meteor Mash. That's inaccurate. Oh, reversal is... It's just Force Palm and Drain Punch right now. I don't think I need Ice Punch. I don't click Slack Off, and I don't really click Bulk Up that much. Meteor Mash is neat, but... it seems unruly. I don't think I need Reversal, but Reversal could be decent. Because she is fast. She's very fast. If I got items to make Reversal work, it'd be worth coming back to see if she can get that. What about Shiza? Safeguard, Substitute, Smile, Nature Power, Energy Light, Wish, Ingrain, Fake Tears, Frenzy Plant, Calm Mind, Mega Drain Synthesis. This Pokemon is designed to piss people off. Absolutely designed to piss people off. Infinite Sub. Okay, well, you know what? I got a couple moves. If Monica needs a move, I need a UFO or 2. Alright, thanks, fat boy. Where's Lost L gotten today? You there, are you a friend? I don't know where she might be. She's got my looks. She's lost. L. What is this game corner? How much sadder can this get? Those clowns, instead of be waiting on the island. Is this the only 3 island around here? Try waking up before you crawl out of bed, you punk. This is 2 island. Move it. Get your filthy motorbike out of my place. Oh, gotcha. That motherfucker really rolled in on motorcycle. That punk scuffed up my floor. Sorry, we're not running any games today. Bunch of scores. The same guy seems to have won all the top scores. Red seems to be their name. Is that it? Wait a second. Is that in the actual fucking game? Is that in the actual game? Or is that only in this mod? I don't really interact with that thing. That would be the only... Well, because, like, you're red when you're playing this game, right? So, like, what does it say in the actual game? And we're in 3 island. Aye, who are you? I'll call the police. Alright, I need mailing up front. Hey, lady, fork over some spending money. We're the Kanto Rider Federation. Vroom, va, 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 vroom, vroom. My bike's wimpy, so I have to make exhaust noises myself. Oh. Hey there, how's it going? This guy's prospecting for gold. So when you get the national dex, this guy finishes his job. And then when he finishes his job, it opens a secret grass patch where you can catch Dunsparce. Why? I don't know. You guys want Dunsparce? No? Why not? Don't you like Dunsparce? Does anybody like Dunsparce? No? Did you hear the news? Oh, now it works. Hold on, we have to look at my Quirky. Wow. Yep, great. Fantastic. I guess they got that shit fixed up. Let's crush fruits. Okay. Dunsparce is ugly. What do you got against fat fucks? Huh? Dunsparce should evolve into a legendary dragon. No, Dunsparce should evolve into be not a fucking disappointment of a Pokemon. Are you the boss? Go back to Kanto right now. Hi, I just got here, pal. What's the hostile attitude? Mighty cold to you. Your gang of followers. Do you have any idea? How do they even get on here with these bikes, dude? Look at this place. What do you do for entertainment? You coward. So tough in a pack. What are you staring at? Don't you know it's not polite? No, that's smart. Keep your nose out of this. Oh. I like your guts. You'll be losing money to me, but... I like how after Gen 1, every biker just, like, turned into a fucking, like, a triathlete. Or a cyclist. They got rid of the bikers and the cue balls, and they got replaced by cyclists and triathletes. Were motorcycles really that scary? Dunsparce should evolve into the same fucking guy, but a bit longer. You know? About 4 years ago, I would have read that comment and went, there's no way they do something like that. Unfortunately, we live in the future. We live in the future. The future is now. Gen 10? Gen 10 is right around the corner, boys. Pokemon Wind and Pokemon Waves. Are you excited? What's there to be excited about? Well, aren't you excited for every PokeTuber in the world to play the game day 1 for 13 hours? And then resume 13 hours later? Are you excited? Oh man, are you from Kanto? You should be on our side. What do you think? Exciting prospect, right? I know, I know. Alright, day 1. And day 1, I'm gonna have 27 parts uploaded of the entire game, and within the first 2 days of its release. I'm gonna beat the game, upload every part of me playing it, and then I'm gonna complain about how long it was. It wasn't long enough. Oh, yes. Can't wait for another round of this is the worst Pokemon game ever. I'm never buying another one. And then the next game they line up. That's me! Oh my god, that's me! This is neutral. Because you're a fire beast type. But neutral should... Oh! Close. Every day a new game comes out. And I go, looks like shit, Captain. You're really gonna buy this? This company hasn't produced a good game in 17 years. Sir? You're next in line. Oh, sorry. Anyway, 1 copy of new game, please. Right away, sir. Biker goon? Or is that guy just a goon? What's the matter with you getting all hot like that? We invited the boss out here. You had to mess it up. You embarrassed us, man. Biker goon. They're goons. Alright. Hit him with a drain punchy. That Hina can blow up. Oh, that's not good. Hina. The last new thing I bought Kane's Expanding Classroom for $5. Did you buy Pragmata? No! Did you buy Mouse PI for hire? No! Are you going to buy Saros? No! What are you even doing then? Playing Kane's Expanding Classroom for $5! Why are you alive? Die. How do you save so much money? Because I don't spend $79.99 on new games. Because I'm cheap. Boss, I'm telling you, we gotta do something about this kid. Been watching you and I'd say you've done enough. What are you, their friend or something? And I guess you'll be battling me in their place. Mr. Cue Ball. Bald! Tenshi. Uh-oh. This might be kind of tough. Why streamers aware of some of those games? That's because I watch other streamers, and also Vinny played all of them, so, you know. I only know Sorrows because, like, the last 2 days have just been people playing that early access. I didn't buy RE9. I did not. Wah. I didn't buy Tomodachi Life. I did not. Hey man, listen, it's great when games are good. Truly, it's great when games are good. Early access goo. I don't think that's what you wanted to say, but... Alright, brother. Tomodachi Life is one of those games that seems like it's fun to watch somebody just make stupid things. People with creative talents make stupid things. But to me, it's a game that I would get sick of within 5 minutes. It would take about 5 minutes and I'd be like, alright, well, that's all for that. Oh well, what can you do? Different strokes, different folks. At least the game is entertaining. Another Tenshi. They're just clicking Rock Blast. Hey, isn't that a different move? Oh well. Two-hit KO secured. Wah-wah. Waiting for that next Nintendo Direct. The May Directy, boys. It's coming. We gotta figure out what we need to be angry at Nintendo for next. Yeah, go right ahead and hang around with these haze seeds. You're fantastic. If someone as strong as you lived here, I hope you at least stay here a while. You're looking for Lost L. The Bond Bridge. Those goons were nothing but bad trouble. Looked like your Bonica got hurt on my account. Oh, thanks. Seriously impressive Bonica with you. Yeah. Which tool is going to be the child stealer? Not the best way to phrase that. No. No. Can I be the one who gets stolen? I mean, I didn't say that. I didn't say anything. I mean, it's gotta be a Yukari, right? Isn't that what she does? Fumo weird? You can post your Fumo weird. Even though I know what you're thinking deep inside that mind of yours. PlayStation's doing digital games. Yes, you have to renew your license every 30 days by logging onto the internet. And if you don't, then the game will never load. You don't own anything, you will never own anything ever again. Sorry. Alright, chat. It's 2.5 hours. That's good. We beat Silph. We beat Blaine. And we're on the route to... I don't remember what we're doing. We're going to the bridge. It's a whole set of different things to do. After that, we can go and we can beat Sabrina with our new loaded out kit. And then all that's left is the end game. Ooh. It's coming up. It's catching up to us slowly but surely. Next time